Democrats, and because we're allegedly progressive, they don't know that we have one of the largest carceral systems in the world. They told us we couldn't stop this contract. It's already been signed. If we cancel the contract, we'll have penalties. There's nothing you can do. And what do? We shut it down.
Shut it
Shut it
down.
down.
We shut it down.
Shut it down.
And we did that through people power. There were so many community members who came out to support. People who work in service providers, people who are healthcare workers, people who have seen what goes on inside of men's central jail, people affected by deputy gangs, the moms that you see here. And so we hope that today you stand with mothers, you take in their stories, and you really feel the pain of everyone who has experienced this carceral system before you. Our next speaker comes from San Diego. We have Yusuf Miller.
Thank you everybody for coming out for the second Mother's Day vigil that we have here. And we're going to continue to do this to support the mothers. The mothers, the daughters, the aunties, the sisters who have lost their loved ones in men's central jail. And every jail, no matter what county, erase the name of the jail. Any jail in any county in California is the largest mental health facility in the entire county. Shame. That is backwards. We need mental health support before they get involved with law enforcement. We have mothers who have incarcerated and impacted loved ones who are still living, who we're trying to save. We're trying to make sure that there's policies and accountability for those people who are being abused to death. And those people still matter. Like it was said earlier, a lot of these loved ones, they're gone. They're not coming back. Our job is to save the ones who are incarcerated, those who are impacted, and make sure they come back to their mothers. They come back to their children. We are here together to stand and say in one voice, shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
His mother, Cheryl Canson, from Moms Against Torture, and Treat Me, Don't Mistreat Me. The me is M-I, for mental illness. Treat mental illness. Don't mistreat mental illness. Sternly striving to save her sons, to make sure they can survive this system. And what does this system do? It eats and devours our loved ones. It devours them. It feeds off the lives of our loved ones. We cannot allow it to continue. The pain that Cheryl suffers, she's going to speak for herself, but the pain that she suffers keeps me allied to her, keeps me allied to Paloma, and all the mothers that are suffering in San Diego. And we come here to stand in solidarity with LA, with Riverside, with San Bernardino. We all have the same problem. The problem is one, the rotten sheriff system that is consuming our loved ones. Cheryl.
welcome Deanna Sullivan.
Yee. I love her hat.
Hi, y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Like that? Okay, there it is. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming out. My son David was murdered in 2019 by Buena Park Police Department. He was unarmed. But through this time, all these years, and you know, it hurts me to say how many years. We're going on 6 years, and it's so hard to say because it's like you're accepting it, sort of, and I don't accept it, and you all don't accept it. That's why you're here. But I've met some really amazing people through this journey, and I just want to say to Sister Helen, thank you so much, because you have always been this voice. You have always been this light. Through your pain and through our pain, we brought it together. So I appreciate you so much, so much. And all the other mothers I've met in this fight, because this is a fight, y'all, and we're ready for life. This is life. Like we are doing life. This is for the rest of our lives. This road, this journey that we're on, this horrible journey. Hey Val, I didn't see you there. I heard from another family who they're going on a year. They lost their son. It was Yong Yang, and Mr. Yang, the father, he had said, same pain, same heart, and that really struck me. Same pain, same heart. It was beautiful. So I just want to thank you guys, and knowing that we come together like this, it is so beautiful because we have to stand together. The families have to stay together. We appreciate the organization supporting us, but the families have to stay together. So thank you guys so much. And David Sullivan, say his name.
David Sullivan.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. Let's go.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
DJ, shut it down.
Shut it down. Let's go.
Our next speaker also comes from the Dignity and Power Now family meetings. Please welcome Valerie.
Yay.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Is this good? I don't know. How do I do this thing? Okay. Hi, I wasn't expecting to jump up here right away. But yes, for those that don't know me yet, I'm Valerie Rivera, and I'm the mother of Eric Rivera. He was fatally shot and ran over by LAPD almost 8 years ago. You know, it's been a rough 8 years. The thing that's been keeping me going is these other families. And you know, there's layers to this. You know, there's chapters and books, and I mean, it's just continuously nonstop. You know, a struggle, and it's important that we stay together. You know, and like Deanna was just saying right now, you know, us families, we really, really need to stick together. I remember when I first started coming out, I was just, my heart just like wanted to just embrace everybody after me, because this is why I fight. I don't want nobody to come after me. I still want my son back, you know, and someone else just spoke a little while ago about how, you know, they kill us and they can't give us back. They can't give us our kids back. They can't give us our loved ones back. That's a big, that's a big change in a person's life. Our world is flipped upside down. And we're getting nothing from the system. It's the whole system. It's absolutely the whole system. We're not just saying fuck the police. We're fucking saying fuck the courthouses. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck the system, man.
Yes.
The system is against us.
Straight up.
It's awful. It's vile. And it's disrespectful. It's hella disrespectful, man. Our loved ones matter. We matter.
Right.
Pure
We
evil.
matter. It's so messed up, man. My heart hurts, man.
So sorry.
My heart hurts, man. People tell me I'm so strong. I'm so strong. But you know what? Do you know what it takes to be so strong? Man, we got heart, man. It takes a lot of heart, man. We talk about change, right? We talk about change. A lot of people, you use that term change in a beautiful way, and it's a beautiful thing. Change is beautiful, but nobody talks about what goes along with that. The stuff,
Woo.
the price that it pays. It's costly, man. It's costly. Our sanity, our peace, our sleep, the money, while they're getting paid for killing us, they're filling their pockets. And the city wants to sit there and say we're broke. That's because you guys sit there and are paying each other and not the people. It's messed up, man. I'm in trial right now, and it's so unfair. It shouldn't be my son on trial. I shouldn't be on trial. It should be those cops that killed my son on trial.
Let's go.
Fuck the police.
Fuck them.
It's their trial day. How dare they? How dare this system allow this? How dare these judges? How dare they? That's why we gotta stand together, man. It's no joke. It's no joke. My son matters. I take his life and his death seriously. Shame on the system. Shame on these cops. They walk around and they smile in our faces.
Yeah.
And they expect us to be like robots. They expect us to be calm, cool, and collective. How dare they? Yeah, we gotta change these laws. There's laws that need to be put in effect for us, and it's not gonna just. It takes a law, man. It takes a law. You gotta support us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because no matter what, us mamas and us daddies and us impacted, we got our boots to the ground no matter what.
No matter
We're on
what.
the front lines. We don't care about putting our bodies on the front line.
No matter what.
We're the ones with the real heart. We're the ones with the integrity. They want to talk about reverence of life. Reverence of life? Then why is my kid not here? They want to talk about preserving life. That's the number one thing that they're trained to do, is make sure they preserve life.
Their life.
Yet my kid was ran over. This shit is not cool, dude. It's not. I'm so fired up, man. And I bottle it up. We gotta bottle this shit up too. I want to explode. I want to explode. I'm so mad. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's Mother's Day.
It's alright.
They took away his dad's only child. That was his father's only child. My baby daddy's only baby. That shit sucks, man. How can I be happy on Mother's Day? And then I lost another son in a car accident, and did the cops help me? No, I can't even run to them to help me in a car accident. This shit sucks, man. But I love y'all. You're coming out, please. Don't get tired, because we're tired, but we don't stop.
Let's go.
Yep.
We're exhausted.
Yes.
We can't clock in and clock out.
No.
There's none of that for us, man. This is every day, forevermore. This is forever. I'm sorry, guys. My heart breaks. My heart breaks, man. They expect us to stay quiet. How dare they? I'm so upset. This journey, man, like, I swear, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for my sisters and my brothers in this fight. Because I don't think I would be able to be standing right now, to be honest. And as much as I wish I didn't meet you in this way, it's like our babies brought each other because we have a purpose. I'm just fired up, y'all.
Let's go. Eric Rivera. Eric Rivera. Let's go. Justin Mendoza. Justin Mendoza.
Justin Mendoza.
Let's go.
No more delay.
Close MCJ.
No more delay.
Close MCJ.
Everything Valerie said is right. Families have been showing up for years to the LA County Board of Supervisors office, demanding that they agendize in-custody deaths, demanding that they discuss it. When Dr. Lucas was giving public comment, they cut off her mic in 1 minute and said, "You're going off topic. You're talking about these deaths, and we're talking about the sheriff's budget." But that's the same topic. What Valerie said is absolutely true. This Tuesday, on the 13th, at the LA County Board of Supervisors meeting, they have finally agendized in-custody deaths. Show up if you can. And if you can't show up in person, show up virtually.
That's the one we jumped
Tell them. It's on the agenda. You can tell them everything you said here. Tell them fuck the police. Tell them stop giving the sheriff's department $400,000 a year to kill people.
Yeah.
Show up. Our next mother is the mother of Cameron Lee Nettles. Cameron died in the facility behind you at only 19 years old. Please welcome Tanel.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming. I wanted to say to the young lady who was just speaking, I know exactly how she feels. Losing a child is such life changing. Okay, your life will never be the same after losing a child. Okay, I pray every day to live another day. Okay, I don't even think about living for the future. I'm just praying that I get to the next day, the next day, the next day. Because when I lost my son, I lost myself. I tried so hard to keep going. And coming here today, I enjoy coming here today, meeting people, you know, hearing the different stories, and us just coming together, you know, as a family. And my son was in Central Jail, May the 13th, 2023. I never got a phone call. I got a visit by the police, the detectives actually, at my house. And they told me my son was found deceased over my camera. So people can only imagine. I was at work and get told that. But after my son passed, I never got a call by anyone over there in the jail, the watch commander, anyone, a deputy, anyone. I had to keep calling them like, hey, okay, my son passed, I want to pick up his belongings. They kept lying to me and was like, okay, his belongings is packed up, which that wasn't the case. After my son passed, they put someone in his cell, and they didn't ever gather up my son's belongings. They left my son's cell open. And I feel like that was just disrespectful. Like they have no sympathy or nothing for someone's family. Like someone lost their kid, and they let people go in my son's cell and take whatever they want. Thank God I had a person who was next to my son that had my number and was able to reach out to me and tell me that he was able to get the pictures that I had sent my son. You know, pictures are real sentimental and valuable to people. So he told me I could come get my stuff, and my son's stuff at Twin Towers, which that wasn't the case. I ended up getting my son's stuff from the coroner's office, and I never got all his belongings, and I just felt like real disrespected once again. I only did my son die in y'all custody. My son, they say he died at 2:45 a.m., which was on Saturday, and I didn't get a phone call to 11:20 a.m. on a Saturday.
Wow.
So that just goes to show you their character. You know, they don't care. And I feel like as a group, if we stick together, sooner or later somebody will hear us.
Yeah.
We just got to keep trying, keep going. We can't give up. You know, some people may think like, what is it gonna change? You never know what it may change. It could be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. You know, we
Right.
just have to keep doing this and standing together as a group and as humans. You know, that someone will hear us and they will close that motherfucking jail down. I have a friend that's over there right now. He calls me like once a week or twice a week. He already told me that last Saturday before last, someone's supposed to hung themselves and a tear at the bottom of him. He said the guy kept yelling all week. You know, he had some type of mental issue. He kept yelling all week. Then all of a sudden, he's found dead. You know, it's like they get all that money and don't house the people where they should be housed at. You know, mental people need mental care, not a jail. You know, but I just want to say, like, this time of year is real hard for me because I lost my son May the 13th. So May the 13th will be 2 years. And speaking of board of whatever that place is, I can't stand them. And I don't like when they cut you off. So what I did, I say my stuff real quick and I learned how to sign up over the phone. Y'all, it's real easy. Okay, I know some things be complicated to people, but if I can do it, y'all can do it.
Yeah.
You know, just call, like get the information, call, because I was at home and I was texting Janet. I was like, Janet, you see my name? She said, yeah, I see your name. I'm like, okay, but it kept, you have to really pay attention though, because you'll be like, hey, what happened? So I had to do it a couple of times before I actually got it, but I got it. But that'll help. Like, give it to a friend. Like, when they have the topics to speak about this jail stuff, we need as many as people as possible to call in. It's free. It don't cost nothing. You know, we have to send a message. We have to stand together as a group, as people. I fight every day for my son. Like, I know my son will be like, Mom. Because my son really know I'm crazy. Okay? He really know, like, I'm with the business. But me losing my son, it humbled me. It changed me. I don't even argue with nobody no more. I be like, whatever. Because I have other things to think about, more things that, you know, that's on my mind. And one of them is fighting for my son. Justice for my son.
Justice for your son.
I have a civil suit against that raggedy ass place across the street. And I say, whatever the outcome be, it's gonna be. But at the end of the day, I know what I did as a parent to fight for my son. Because my son was somebody. He was my baby. You know, every chance I got, I went to go see my son. That visit, Thursday through Saturday, I was booked 2 days because I never knew my off day. And if I was off both of those days, I would go see my son both of those days. My son had a lot of support. A lot of support. My son didn't want for nothing. I put a package in every week. $65 every week, faithfully. I made sure, even though my son was in the situation that he was in, he felt loved, he felt cared, he felt like he was somebody. Because that was my baby. I did what I had to do as a parent, and I would stand by my son. We have to stand for our kids, our loved ones, whoever who you may have lost in these jails. You know, we have to keep fighting. Keep fighting. It don't cost nothing to keep fighting. It don't cost nothing for us to be here, to stand together, get to know each other, hear the different stories. But we got to keep going, y'all. We can't just do this a couple of years. We got to keep going. That's right. As long as I got breath in me, I'm going to be here. Yes. I just moved yesterday, okay? Where I moved to, I got shit everywhere, but I'm still here, okay?
That's right.
I'm here. Because no matter what I go through, when it comes down to my son, I'm going to make room, okay? To be there, to speak up, or whatever for my son. Because he was my baby. He was my everything. That's right. He was my everything. I love my baby. You know, my son was only 19 years old. 19. I feel like I've been robbed. I feel like my heart is broken. You know? Ain't nothing in the world will bring my son back. But like I say, at the end of the day, I know I did as a parent to fight for my son. For people to remember my son's name. Yeah. It's going to always be like, yeah, I heard of that name. I heard of it because every chance that I get and I'm able to speak, I speak about my son. You know, my son, that was my dog, man. That was my dog. I have 2 kids. My kids is 14 years apart. But Cameron, the boys, is different. I guess as they always say, the son is the mother's first love. He was my first love. But thank y'all for coming. I know I'm just keep on talking. But I wasn't even signed up on there. The lady was like, you want to talk? I was like, no. But then I'm like, I got to talk. So, you know, as I talk, I get better. Because at first, sometimes my words be all over the place. And I was like, Jenny, how I sound? She was like, you did okay. I'm like, she probably fine. But anyway, thank y'all for coming. We're going to keep doing this, you know, and man, look at the platform, Justice for LA, and call in Board of Supervisors, whatever the place is. But I hate that place because they do cut you off. So every time I learn now, because I don't like when people cut me off, because like I say, I'll be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Don't cut me off when I'm talking about my son, because now I feel like you're disrespectful. So what I say, Cameron Lee Nettles died in Men's Central Jail, May the 13th, 2023. Closed Men's Central Jail. And I'm done. I don't say nothing else. So for now on, when I call, that's going to be I'm going to just say that. Because that's going to give me enough time. I ain't going to get cut off because I don't like getting cut off. I take that shit personal. But I don't know who next, Janet. But thank y'all.
Yeah.
Everything smells good. And to give folks an update on the status of the closure of Men's Central Jail, we now, as of this year, officially have a jail closure implementation team. So this team has an executive director that is tasked with actually implementing that plan that I mentioned earlier. So now, when this Tuesday comes up, we want to show them that that same energy we had in 2020 is the same energy we have in 2025. Please come to Kenneth Hahn Hall of Administration. It's here downtown. The Board of Supervisors meets every other Tuesday. But if you sign up for the Justice LA text, you'll know when it's important. You'll know when there's something related to this fight on the agenda. And you can call in. If you're at work, you can text. Anthony, who runs our virtual actions, will help you set up with a one-click action to send a letter to the Board of Supervisors and the Civilian Oversight Commission of the Sheriff. Our next speaker comes from UCLA, Carceral Ecology Lab. Please welcome Dr. Terrence Peel.
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down! down.
Shut it down.
So I want to thank you all for gathering here today. I stand before you as a witness to the courage of all the mothers among us who have endured unspeakable grief, things that no parent, any parent, should face. When a mother loses her child to police violence, she's forced to confront a devastating truth that many Americans refuse to acknowledge. Her child's death was not random. It was not simply bad luck. It was the result of systems built to devalue certain lives. Many believe our health and survival are simply matters of good genes or good choices. But the mothers here today know differently. They have seen firsthand how society shapes who lives and who perishes. The structure of our communities, our laws, our policing, these are the forces that determine and shape our lives. Forces that are ultimately within our control. I'm standing next to mothers that have become experts in state violence. With medical textbooks and legal dictionaries, they've traced patterns of violence in the bodies of their sons and daughters and brothers and loved ones and friends. They've questioned how and why someone could suddenly die from health conditions that typically don't take our lives until much later. They've challenged official narratives that classify death as natural when medical care was denied and violence was imposed as a form of discipline and justice. Through tears and determination, they've uncovered what structural violence looks like. These are not isolated incidents. These are not a few bad apples. Their children died because of deeply embedded systems that maintain the unjust treatment of vulnerable people, especially people of color, people who are poor, people who are vulnerable, people who are beyond the reach of American democracy. Lives taken by police violence are denied dignity and respect, basic care, cast aside as if they didn't matter, and afterwards misremembered, criminalized even in death. But we see them, we recognize them, we remember them. Through their loss, we see our own children, our own families, our own lives. We see ourselves. The path forward begins with recognition, seeing that each of us lost a part of ourselves when the state took the life of John Horton and Juan Correa and Stanley Wilson Jr. and Jelani Lovett, Titus Stubblefield and Alicia Thomas, Dana Young, Quinton Thomas, countless others. To the mothers here today, your fight is sacred. And in your courage to speak their names and to tell their stories, you light the way towards justice. We stand with you here today and every day until no one dies in jail, no one dies in custody. We see your lost children. We honor them. And in their names, we will change this broken system. Shut it down!
Shut it down.
Shut it down!
Shut it down.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next speaker comes from United Families for Justice. Please welcome Cindy.
Yee.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for giving me the space to speak today. My name is Cindy Nunez, and I stand before you not just as a sister, not just as a mother myself, but as someone forever changed by the brutal, senseless killing of my brother, Francisco Nunez, in March 2024. He was taken from us by Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, Lancaster Station. And like too many families, we were left with no answers and only pain. Francisco was more than a name in a headline. He was a laughter in our home, love in our hearts, and a light in the darkest of times. He was my brother and someone's son. He deserves to live. He deserves to be protected, not executed. To all the mothers here today who have lost your babies to the same system that swore to protect and serve us, I see you. I feel your sorrow in my bones. I carry it with mine. No mother should ever have to bury her child. No sister should have to stand at a vigil instead of a wedding. And yet, here we are, another name, another family shattered, another life stolen. But they didn't just take our loved ones, they ignited something we couldn't contain. In our grief, we found courage. In our sorrow, we found each other. And in our collective voices, they will hear the truth. We demand justice, not just for Francisco, but for every soul taken unjustly. We demand accountability, not silence.
That's right.
We demand humanity from a system that has treated us as if our lives, our brothers, and our sons don't matter. To the grieving mothers, your pain is sacred, your strength is revolutionary. You've turned your heartbreak into a call to action, and I am honored to walk beside you in this fight. This Sunday, as we celebrate all the mothers across the world, my family and I want to wish you all a strong Mother's Day, and to know that you are not alone in this fight. Their names will not fade, their lives will not be forgotten. We will say their names until justice has a heartbeat again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go.
We have a statement from somebody who could not be here from the Dignity and Power Now family meeting that she would like this to be read. To all the families that are fighting for their loved ones that are incarcerated currently or have lost loved ones due to police misconduct in the jail system of Los Angeles County, we want to show support for all the families and the mothers who can't be with their loved ones behind bars. We need care first before jail, and we need the support of the Attorney General, the Office of the Inspector General, and the Board of Supervisors of Los Angeles County to proceed with the closing of Men's Central Jail. End incarceration and care first for our loved ones. Stay strong in the fight for equality and justice for everyone. May this Mother's Day bring strength and support for all those that need this during these tough times. That's from Tupe. Next up, we have Cashwell from the Dignity and Power Now family meeting. Cashwell?
So cool. Don't open it.
Next up, we have the racial justice. Never mind. Cashwell.
Hello, my name is Casuel. First thing first, I just want to say it's a humbling experience to be here. Thank you for everybody who came out to support. And I just feel honored to just be a part of this movement, a part of this situation, a part of this organization that's speaking out against the injustices that so many of us face, but no one speaks out for us. I say us because I feel like I and we are like one community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think if we had more community, more fellowship, more camaraderie with each other, you know what I'm saying, the injustices that they put us through, we wouldn't be going through. Me personally, I've been going through juvenile detentions and prison system since the age of 14. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have proms or high school graduations and none of that. And I'm not blaming nobody. You know what I'm saying? That was because of my actions. That's because of what I went through. Nevertheless, eventually, as I grew older and I got to learn myself, I got to understand why I was going through the situation. I felt like if there was more opportunities for cognitive behavioral therapy programs, so that we can learn about ourselves, we can understand why we're making these rash decisions. You know what I'm saying? Why am I lashing out? What's going on with me? You know what I'm saying? What am I grieving? What am I going through? And I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So many of us didn't have that. So many of us is being swayed by the narrative, by the media, by whatever's going on. That many people call it conspiracy, but that's just our reality. You know? So I'm not going to take up too much time. I just want to say a few words. Just thank you for all the brave brothers going through my heart. Honestly. Whatever I can do to help, here. I got family, I got friends, I got loved ones, my father, I've been through this. Like, we've all been through this.
Next up, we have Racial Justice Coalition of San Diego. Also, Tammy is next on the massage. We're trying to look for her as well. Reminder that we have healers here, so please take advantage of it. Racial Justice Coalition of San Diego.
All right. So with our group, there's a few of us. Let me just say for some group members that are here and then others that are coming. Annie Lynn is here, and then one of our founding members, Desiree Smith, is here. And we're really glad to be here. It's been some work. We appreciate the call for this action. Let me say this about Racial Justice Coalition San Diego. And following what Yusuf said, we're coming in solidarity, supporting LA for the work here in Central Joe. Truth be told, many respects you guys are trailblazers, and it's really important to acknowledge that. We haven't quite gotten to the point in San Diego with our supervisors voting to close any jails yet. But the fact that you guys have gotten there does help to inspire us. We have obviously the same issues that we've heard from already impacted families in San Diego. We also have had success in San Diego, modest success, but success. I did want to share, and that's what we represent why we're here. With the Racial Justice Coalition of San Diego, we are the organization that hopes to end the chokeholds in San Diego. And I'm going to turn it over to Desiree to talk about that campaign and why we did that work.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Desiree Smith. I'm with the Racial Justice Coalition. I got involved with them because in 2015, my friend Eric Smith was choked by the police at the age of 15 at school. He did survive the choking. He was arrested and taken to juvenile hall, and I wasn't called until afterward. They told me to come and pick him up. Apparently, he had ditched second period and was drinking, but went back to class because he had a test. That was homecoming, and it was Halloween Eve. So he was ready to turn up, but he passed out in the parking lot in the bleachers during the pep rally, because young people don't realize that alcohol and the sun doesn't mix. So he was listening to a young lady's cell phone when he passed out. The phone was stolen. When she came back, the police searched him. He did not have the phone, but he did have a little 50-cent lighter in his backpack. No paraphernalia, just the lighter. The normal person doesn't know that there's a penal code that says that you're not supposed to have a lighter on campus. Although I had one because remember the Maybelline, you had to light it up to put the eyeliner on, so I kept a lighter in my purse when I was in school. But there is a penal code that says that you're not supposed to have that. A year later, he was rearrested for a failure to appear. I did go to the office because when I picked him up, they said I received something in the mail. I never did because they never spoke to a parent. They had the wrong address and they had the wrong date of birth. Like I said, my son did survive the choking, but that was the reason why we had the campaign of I Can't Breathe. I marched and campaigned for years. Before I lost weight, I was walking with a walker and a cane. I couldn't walk, but I was out there for my son. And I stand here today. This is my second year here to come out and support the mothers that have lost their children. I still have my son. He's traumatizing. He's never been the same. I do have him, but I do come out here every year to support the mothers that have lost their sons and their daughters. We've worked with Yusa and a lot of the other. I've worked with Yusa and a lot of the other people who've gone to the Capitol. We've gone to different organizations to try to help support, to get the prison shut down, the brutality from the police, to resign from their offices. They're getting this money to get paid, and they're killing us. We want to go home just like they want to go home. We want to be safe just like they want to be safe. When we take our kids to school, we want them coming home like we dropped them off, safe. When they leave home, we want them to come home like they left, safe. We don't want to have to stand up
all night or pace the floors all night because we wondering if our sons and our daughters are going to come home at night because somebody didn't like the color of their skin or what they were wearing. So I do stand here with you and support you, and I will continue to do that. This is my second year here, and I will be here every year that you guys decide to do that to support you. Thank you.
One thing I just want to add real quick in closing out the Richmond Coalition San Diego is I just want to really thank Terry. One of the things I really want to say about this is the thing why we're here, not just supporting the mothers and honoring the loved ones that passed away, but connecting with what Janet said earlier with the campaign. If they close this jail, we can successfully use, so many lives would have been saved. If they're not going to do it, then this is what we have to do. Remember, if we have any doubt about the impact that we're having and why we're doing this, they welcomed us last year with 50 cops in riot gear to protect the jail. They were out in full riot gear to stop us from having a protest. That's what we have to do collectively, come together and work together. That's where the strength comes from, and we'll be successful. Because we know whether it's a no vote or a yes vote, at the end of the day, we have to hold them accountable and make sure it happens. And by the way, you can tell them if they're looking for money to close it. I know a whole lot of folks, I'm sure they'd be more than willing to help them to do it. And I'm sure we can take it down in a week or two if they give us the opportunity.
Yes.
Right.
I also wanted to add that my son's father was also incarcerated in this jail, and while he was in custody here, he did get his nose broken. So I'm also here to support that because I know they ain't no good up in here.
No good. Come back.
No more delays. Close MCJ. No more delays.
Close MCJ.
No more delays.
Close MCJ.
We want to thank everyone for being here today. And just to close out some more information on this campaign, when we fight, we win. When we fight,
We win.
When we fight,
We win.
When we fight,
We win.
And that's why we need you to join Justice LA. Please make sure you sign up for our actions. Please make sure you get involved. Please make sure you know when the motions are coming up. We want to offer not only the campaign, but also at Dignity and Power Now. We have a number of programs. We have mutual aid. We have family meetings. We have our Forever Rooted support group for folks that are exiting. Dignity and Power Now, we just bailed out 3 black mamas ahead of Mother's Day.
Let's go. That's right.
That's right. And not only did we bail them out, we got them into supportive services, treatment programs
Let's go.
for substance use. We make sure they have hair care products. Everything that this state should be doing to get people out and keep them out. We're taking them to their court dates. For folks who might have been arrested or rearrested for failure to appear, that's what they should be doing to help you. They should be getting you to court themselves, right? They should be making sure that folks know when their court date. They don't even send text reminders. That's the least they could do is send you a text, right? And have the correct name and have the correct date. We're trying to shut the whole system down, right? We don't want any more money going towards trying to fix it. We're shutting it down. When I say shut it down,
Shut it down.
shut it down.
Shut it down.
Before we open up the mic, the moms want to say something to you all.
I just want to say for all the moms that's here and or anybody that lost loved ones, I have a board over here on the wall that I say the names every Tuesday at the Attorney General's office.
Let's go.
If your name, look and see if your loved one's name is on that board. If it's not, please add it so I can uplift your child or your loved one's name along with the names that's already there. Because all lives matter. All lives are important. And we deserve accountability for all lives.
Yes.
We meet every Friday with Justice LA and Dignity and Power Now. And what you see today is the result of collaboration and work. And it gets challenging sometimes, but we make it through it. And this is beautiful. And I just want to say there are a number of organizations that needs to be recognized. Racial Justice Coalition of San Diego, Saving Lives in Custody, California, North County Equity and Justice Coalition, Justice LA, Dignity and Power Now, and we looking at the buildings where our sons and daughters took their last breaths. And we also are sleeping under the sky. This means a lot to us, to be on the same ground where our children were. And so we are grateful for the opportunity, and we're happy that you are here standing on this ground, blessing it. And we know that this fight is a bigger fight than just this carceral system. What we are dealing with is the commodification of black and brown bodies. This is about money making. Whenever our children go into this facility or that one over there, they're making money. The thing is, those deputies and that jail staff, they forget about it. They forget it's about money. And they join gangs and they abuse our children. But the reason they keep our children here and don't send them to mental health hospitals is because of the dollars. Let's not forget about what we really deal with. Is a system based on white supremacy. That's right. Don't forget that. And you know the other thing? When we talk about uncounted black and brown bodies, this happened during the slave trade. Black and brown bodies thrown over into the Atlantic Ocean, never counted. Black and brown bodies lynched, never counted. This is a continuation of a white supremacist system that devalues our lives but commodifies them and makes money off of them. And you know what's about to happen? They're about to globalize this system. Our children are going to be shipped to El Salvador, to Libya, to Uganda, and they are never coming home. We will not be able to ask what happened to our children. So as we look ahead, we know our fight is going to get tougher. And we have to look at the broader system. But I want to just thank all of the organizations, especially Justice LA, Janet, and Marcella, and Anthony, and James, and Big James, all of the staff, and also Hilda.
It stated earlier that our fight is sacred. It is definitely sacred. So tonight we are hosting, mothers impacted are hosting a sleepover here like we did last year. We're not going home. We have other kids. When our kids die in these jails, we will be here with no rest until they hold their own accountable deputies, any law enforcement. We refuse to go home.
That's right.
This is our Mother's Day. It's here, under the stars with our loved ones as they look down on us. Shame on them.
Shame.
Shame on them.
Shame.
Give us justice.
Justice.
Give us justice.
Hold deputies, police officers accountable.
That's right.
What are you hiding? We will be here tonight, whoever wants to join us. We have tents, sleeping bags. Join us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
And tomorrow we'll have the Mother's Day service. Sunday, 10:30 in the morning. I promise it'll be a lot cooler. So tomorrow for Mother's Day, we're going to be supporting these moms who have lost their loved ones inside. And everything Dr. Lucas said about the money, that's absolutely true. When you look at the Sheriff's Department budget, in the last year, they cost us $485 million in just overtime. In just overtime. We're facing a $4 billion lawsuit settlement this year, the largest the county has ever seen because of this probation department abusing children. So when people say it's too hard to defund the police are defunding everything else. Everything else. Absolutely. We're going to open up the mic. And so whoever wants to speak, please feel free.
Hello. Hi everybody, my name is Elliot. I'm a transit mechanic at LA Metro. See the administrative building right there. I'm also a member of ATU, Transit part of the committee for Fighting Transit Union. United ATU, UPU, and SMART together into one district. I'm here to stand in solidarity with mothers who have lost their children to police violence. And it is the interest of all workers, all nationalities, races, ethnicities, to stand against police brutality. So why is that? The cops are the attack dogs of the bosses. When the cops, they protect property, oppression, segregation, and the exploitation of workers on the same ship. So, it is in workers' interest to stand against the police. When they go and shoot black people and brown people, when they kill and maim and torture black and brown people one time, the next time, they're going to beat the heads of that my union and their leadership understand this. And that they are doing something about it. But that's not true. In fact, the only time they said anything about police brutality was in 2020, when they were just echoing the voices of our bosses who changed the head signs of trains and buses to say Black Lives Matter and hashtag no more names.
That's right.
Well, that got Biden in office, but it didn't have the power.
Yes, they do.
We demand open the police archives here, open the police archives throughout, and justice for the victims of police brutality. Thank you.
Unions have the power. They do. That's where the power is. And that's what we need, standing with us. So anybody that's in the union, that's the answer there. It's the union. Local 10 in San Francisco endorsed my campaign against drive-bys. He sent a letter to the state capitol in my behalf for them for drive-bys to open up July 2nd. Okay, the unions have the power. The working class people have the power. We don't got no power. The people that work and run the country have the power. Support the union. Reach out to your union. Send letters to your union. Ask them to support you. That's what I do in the Bay Area. I write all the unions. I just go down the list. And I just write unions. And ask for the support.
I'm like,
because people, it's more of us than it is of them.
That's right.
And if we come together as one, we will get what we want.
That's right. And we have.
You know, so we will get this jail closed. We will get somebody in power. That people that work in the United States need to run the United States.
That's right.
You know, the rich people don't need to run the United States. The people that help build the United
How you
States
doing?
need to run the United
Good to
States.
see you.
So it's gonna take numbers. We need numbers. We need numbers. We need numbers. You know, we need the working class people.
Let's go!
A reminder, we invite folks not only today, but also in the future. And that means in the next months and in the next years. I just mentioned they just now, years later, built up the jail closure implementation team. Since this board of supervisors voted to close Men's Central Jail, In 2020, over 260 people have died in custody since they voted to close it. There was a seismic study done on this building showing that if an earthquake happens, it will crumble. It'll be one of the biggest human rights atrocities that we've ever seen. This is not fit to hold people. You gotta shut it down.
Shut it down.
Open mic thing. So maybe I'll
Next
go
up, we
and
have
then you
Patricia
go.
from Racial Justice Coalition of San Diego.
Is that you? So glad that you got it. Patty, is that you? Racial Justice Coalition? Maybe.
The criminal justice system struggled past his life being a target until his death. He was killed by San Diego Police Department on January 20th, 2023 over a pretext stop. Officers that shot him had both less than 3 years experience in the force. One of them having their own hollow point ammunition. He was pepper sprayed in the face by a sergeant with 17 years experience who chose to not address him in any other manner. Told him to get off the truck. They told him his word meant nothing. They violated his rights. They wanted to search the vehicle. At what point does an ex-felon regain their rights? Let me ask you this on a serious note. At what point? Tell me, how many years does it take till they stop violating you and your rights? Because your word means nothing for the rest of your life. Your word means nothing, as they told my brother. He developed depression and PTSD because of the criminal justice system. Lord knows his experiences. We would hear him screaming in his sleep at night because of his nightmares that he was having. Was it his experiences as an ex-gang member who was already retired? He was already a homebody at home every day? Or was it the things he experienced in the jails and the prisons across California? Multiple times he was thrown in the hole. He had to take a beating his last time out just to make it out in time. He chose to take the beating as he was shot with rubber bullets and then thrown in the hole for his own safety. We were lied to and Trick told us that we could pick him up in Calipatria. Lies. He drove out there for nothing. We spent the night out there excited to see him the next morning for nothing. They released him in thermal underwear and thermal shirts with no shoes on his feet. Like a freaking slave. That's how they released him. Like he had no rights. A property of the system is how he lived his life. How many times did they wait for him to come home 5 minutes late and they're parked down the hill just waiting for him to get home late? How many times did they surround my perimeter of my house, banging on doors, telling us to get out of the shower, making me and my family sit out there in the living room while he's handcuffed right in front of us while they tear apart his room? You wonder why we don't trust the police or the system. Because they treat us like dirt. They treat our loved ones like dirt. They traumatize them. And they don't know how to adapt to life outside of prison. And to ultimately take his life and not render aid, if that had been anybody else, they would have issued us our citation for a broken third tail light. That's the one on top of the truck, not the major left or right one, an optional one, right? There's no way that that leads to a higher crime. I'm sorry, Scott Wall, but I disagree. There's no way that a minor equipment malfunction, if you choose not to pursue them, will lead to a higher crime. I disagree highly. It cost my brother's life. You put him into flight or flight mode, and they don't know what to do. They're cornered, they're ambushed, and then they're blamed for ultimately possibly having a reaction to their mistreatment. Who caused that problem? Why wasn't he given his citation like he asked for? He said, just give me my citation, I'll be on my way. They said, no. Why not? He's a human being just like we all are. And if we all had the same equality and treatment by the system, he would have been given a citation. Marijuana is legal. When are we going to start having some clear laws that they can't search you or try to get you for illegally transporting a gram or two? These are traps that the system places us in, and they have no way out, and then they blame us for having a reaction to what they're doing. He was pepper sprayed in the face after being witnessed that he put the car in drive. He drove 2.5 blocks, he got off, and he was shot as soon as he was getting out. Do me a favor and look on YouTube, shooting of Christopher DeArmond, and you will see a different angle than what the media has portrayed. They use store surveillance camera to show him at a pixelated angle. That's not a clear image. And where is the dash cam? And where is the rest of our conversation that we had on the phone? They're not showing everything, and I know it. And no lawyers will help because they're all afraid to take on a case like this. Even if they know what they did was wrong. After he was shot, he maybe raised his hand. He raised his hand, but they were separated. And that bullet that they show coming towards them is way too low to the ground for it to be intentional. My brother was over 6 feet tall. He ran across the street until he collapsed, and then they let him lie there. 11 minutes later, they attached 2 30-foot leashes and sent a canine to drag him supposedly away from his weapon. But if you watch the footage, they dragged him towards his weapon, and they claimed that he could be playing possum after they did that. He was shot at 11:38 and pronounced dead at UCSD until 12:24. Do the math. Why are there audio calls telling medical fire department to stand down twice? Why is there somebody on the phone answering a personal phone call saying, never mind, you guys are already with them? Why wasn't there CPR and AED? Why did they only attach 2 tourniquets to his body and consider that rendering aid? We need to hold them accountable, even the dispatchers, to the police officers, to the sheriffs, to the medical examiners, to the doctors at the hospital. This is all bias. They made comments about his tattoos. What does that have to do with anything? No matter how you want to see him, he was a human being, and he had family and friends that loved him. And he was scared in that moment. Nobody should ever be treated that way. I watched my brother suffer years and years of being in and out of the criminal justice system, in and out of jails and prisons in California. My family and I suffered because of all of his mistreatment, and ultimately he lost his life due to all that, being a target. Officers need to begin telling people to drop their weapons before they shoot first. They need to render aid. Real aid, not tourniquets. CPR, AED, and take them to the hospital. Investigations can continue. Pretext stops need to end. Stop deploying K-9 after somebody's received multiple gunshot wounds. Start rendering aid. And we have to change these laws. Use Chris DeArmond's name as proof of the evil that exists in the system. And do it to change the system and these corrupt laws that their policies that they're following. This is unacceptable, and our people deserve more. My brother needed resources and help, not another prison sentence. This could have possibly been his 3rd strike. This is not a baseball game, guys. We do not play 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, you're out. People need help, real help. They need resources, counseling, therapy, drug addiction therapy, all mental therapy. Not prison. Prison makes it worse. They need care, not cages. Justice for Christy Armin.
Justice for Christy Armin.
Christy Armin presente.
Christy Armin presente.
Christy Armin presente.
Christy Armin presente.
Fuck SDPD.
Fuck SDPD.
Justice for every soul alive, no matter the situation.
Good night.
Me? I'm gonna go with them.
Hello everybody, thank y'all for coming out. It's my first time here with my family. I really appreciate it being invited and being a part of a great organization, a movement that we all need to come together to be able to overcome this system, show it what it's capable of, what it's been doing for years, hunting man down and killing us off one by one slowly. Well, they're never held responsible for any of their actions. They murder our loved ones, they murder your sons. My oldest brother, Hugo Cachua, my mom's firstborn, he was everything to us. He was our knight in shining armor, as I said before. He was everything that we could imagine. Our father, our brother, our care. He cared for us. He made sure everybody was fine. The one tragic night on May 30th, 2024, he was murdered by an off-duty police officer on medical leave. For over a year, he's been off medical leave. He shouldn't be carrying a weapon. Yet he got into an altercation with my brother on the road 2 blocks from where he lived. They ended up getting into a scuffle and he couldn't handle it. That he's a bully in uniform. He's a murderer with a badge. And he got his ass handed to him by my warrior, Mexica. And he couldn't take it. So he pulled out a weapon and shot my brother down in cold blood. 6 times. Murdered him. Left him in the street. And used his badge to protect him. Protect himself so he don't get held accountable for it. Because anyone else murders someone, you go to jail. You go to jail and you pay the consequences, but they let these guys off. They protect them. Not only he was not in his uniform, he wasn't in a police car. My brother had no idea. If he would have told him I'm a police, my brother would have backed off and left him alone. My brother's not dumb. He would have never done that. But he acted as a civilian. He should have been treated like a civilian. And yet he killed him and nothing happened to him. That's what we're fighting now. All our family is together as one. We all are, because this can happen to anybody. Either in these jails behind these cages or in the streets, roaming around in the streets, minding your own business. They pick us off like guinea pigs. And yet nothing happens to them. So we're always here fighting for you, mi rey, my king, my everything.
Let's go.
We'll always be here for you. We're all these families that are united. Everybody that's pain and suffering, there will be an outcome. There will be some solution to this. And this is what our efforts that we always put out. This is for our non-stop, night and day, how our lives change. We can never walk the same path.
Never.
We can never be the same people that we once were.
Never.
We can only grow stronger, not weaker. We won't hide behind no rock, cower away, wither away. Our flame has grown stronger.
Let's go.
Long live Hugo. That runs through. All of our loved ones have to be held responsible for what they've done to them. We don't have them no more in our lives. That does something to us that no one can ever bring back and imagine unless you felt the same pain.
Let's go.
And we don't wish this on anybody. We
Hell
want
no.
people to feel the same pain.
Kiss the
We want
cops.
this to be addressed. We want this now. Now is the time for justice. Now is the time for revolution. Now is the time to stand up to these freaking devils with a badge.
Let's go.
Careless, godless men that walk around acting like they don't know what's up. If you take your son or your father or the person you love most, think of that. And let them be gone. Let them be murdered by the person that's supposed to protect you and care for you and enforce laws. That's all they're supposed to do, enforce laws, not take lives. So we're here amongst you and we know you're resting in peace with all our other ancestors, with all our loved ones that lived in the past. We'll always be here for you. We'll always be here to fight for you. We'll always remember you. You're always living in our soul, in our hearts, in our blood. So thank you guys very much. I thank you for the opportunity and for everybody showing strength, resilience through all this, because it is tough. And it can break and it'll make you go crazy. It'll make you lose sleep. But you still got to be happy. The pursuit of happiness, no one has the right to be deprived of. So make sure you stay happy. Your loved one is watching down on you, proud of you.
is Omar Aguirre. I'm the father of Maxwell Aguirre. His mother is not here today. She's too hurt to be here. Celebrated Motherless Mother's Day. But my son, Maxwell Aguirre, he lost his life here at Twin Towers Correctional, or I should say Twin Torture Chamber Facility, I think it should be called.
Yeah.
In any case, what's more appalling to me about this place is that in the year 2013, we had approximately 10 deaths here in jail in the county. And if you fast forward to 2023, it was 45. It was a record. Okay, so that's a 350% increase in deaths. Nothing has been done. Barbara Ferrer from the Public Health Department hasn't deemed this a public health crisis, although, you know, if there's a few measles outbreaks, then they're all over that. But when you think about it, you can look it up. There's, I think, about 3 measles deaths. And they sounded the alarms on that. But yet, 45 people died here in 2023, another 37 in the 2024, and I think we're about to 96 deaths between 2023 and 2025. The fire alarm should be going off. This is a public health emergency that's going on here. There's deaths going on here. You just saw the ambulance department vehicle following them so they could cover up the crime. Okay, so if you don't think they came in with one LAFD ambulance and ambulance with the sheriff's chaperone, I'm sure he's going to be cleaning things up on his way out here, because transparency here has been next to none. It has been none. And if you guys are not here to have these people be accountable for what's going on here, then nobody will. And if you don't think it can happen to you, yes it can, because my son had no criminal history. He hadn't even been arraigned, and he hadn't even entered a plea. Nothing ever happened, and he lost his life here. So if it can happen to me, I assure you, it can happen to your family member, and it can happen to you. So everybody that didn't come here today, next time you do come, you better drag somebody here along and tell them, let them know that it could happen to you. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! That's right.
Open mic.
What's up, everyone? My name is Gabriel with Super Sizzle. Yeah, we're just here to stand in solidarity with everyone here. Shout out to Negri Power and Aid, great work they've been doing. And I like what you said about fighting away from that one. You're going to get this pulled down, you're dragging your feet, it's to be expected. In the words, what I want to say too is that the impacted families, y'all are the what's called backbone of the movement for police accountability to get police brutality. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. I just dragged my mother over here, my Mother's Day over here. So yeah, I know I wouldn't go do this. One of the first things I saw was at the protest in Boyd Heights. The mother, Cesar Rodriguez, was speaking about how the son was killed by the Office Police Department. And then just seeing, the stage. It was nothing but women. It was mothers, fathers, sisters. And that's a lot of times when nobody's killed by the police. That's when they put up the pieces fighting for justice. So that inspires me. Y'all inspire me. Y'all mothers, y'all fierce warriors, fighters. People can fight. We're here to support you and find solidarity. Also like that, a lot of y'all mentioned the same thing. Supporting different bills, working together to get that justice. So there with you.
Thank you.
Open mic. Open mic. I think that concludes our open mic. Thank you all so much for coming here. We know that this Mother's Day weekend means a lot to the moms. One of the reasons we did this in the afternoon today was because last year they shut down visitation on Mother's Day weekend, claiming that we were a threat. We saw families leaving the jail being turned away, being told, those people out there are your enemy. They're the reason why you can't see your loved one. And we know it's the sheriff's deputy. So
So we thank you for coming here in the afternoon, taking the time out of your day. Come back tomorrow mornings for our Mother's Day vigil and spiritual service. And then show up at the Board of Supervisors on Tuesday. And then show up after that when we dance on the broken down, dilapidated. When we knock this building down, we're going to dance on its ashes. I know that's right. Woohoo! And that's yeah!
Are you still recording? Are you still recording?
Yeah, they're still going, so.
Yeah? I think she went to go sit down.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. I see her sitting down.
Okay. Let me go see if she want to end it. They're still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to say.
All right.